watching this film it was challenging because it is absolutely filled with hope. And so there is the beauty of a community that does come around. There is the beauty of a daughter who moves through her emotions but does come back and connects with her mother. There's the beauty of a husband that when he finally gets told no, actually walks out and leaves. We don't know the rest of the story, but we assume so. There's the beauty of a best friend that really stays there. There is the beauty of a possible new life ahead, and this possible man out there. And I loved all of that, and I hated it because at the same time, it's often not what people have when they're facing domestic violence. And then I came to this other place with it, which isn't this like just beautiful to see that if you could have even just one of those, that it gives you that little bit more hope and power. And if you could have two of those, and thank goodness for Preeti that she had these things, and that I can wish those, and also that I can understand even a little bit more that when somebody doesn't have these, how incredibly difficult it was. Look at this film that shows us how hard it is to do this with all those gifts. And so it helps us to understand without having to go into this, the really dark place that a lot of films do with domestic violence and show us that, the terrible tragedy. And it's like, no, this film gave us hope and inspiration throughout it, but also helped us to see how difficult it can be to get out. And as you said, a lot of people don't. They don't move out of it because there are so many of these different things at play. And so my question for you is I could ask you a million questions about this, but you give her this one friend. This one friend that is just like Sonia, like who doesn't want a Sonia in her life, right? So why do you give her Sonia?
Oh, because the movie has to end positively, and because that's what I wanted, how I wanted it to end. Yeah. And people like Sonia exist. Yeah. They're there. I mean, those friends that I refer to came to my house many times. Mm-hmm. I just couldn't convince them. I was not successful, but I was kind of their Sonia, and I'm not an attorney, but other than that. So we wish for a Sonia in our lives, and the Revathi's also exist, and there are more of those than this.
Right.
Especially in our culture. Yeah.